You must have written a dream script for yourself for your success as a star. Has it superseded that script?
It has. I'll tell you a funny story. For my 23rd birthday, my sister, instead of candles on my cake, had made these small pictures, and she had morphed my face onto posters of Yash Raj films. Shah Rukh sir's face was removed and my face was put on a poster of Dilwale Dulhaniya Le Jayenge and Dhoom, and she, I think, had read this book called The Secret.
That's right.
Yeah, and the power of
Positive
thinking. And so I took those pictures of the cake and I pinned them up in my room. And lo and behold, it came true.
You start preparing in some way?
Yeah. I never went to an acting school. I just went out there just watching films, reading up stuff about people, actors, autobiographical stuff.
I think you did other things too.
Like?
What
did my sister tell you?
Preparing for the future. Do you want to watch?
Okay.
You know what? Frida loves standing in front of the mirror and pretending she was receiving the Oscar and asking herself questions and answering them. It's funny because one day she was doing that and she was standing in front of the mirror and I happened to walk in. And Frida was really embarrassed and, she was like, why did you come in? And I'm like, I was just laughing. It was funny. But she's practiced her Oscar speeches and she's received awards and, given her thank you speeches all in front of the mirror, even before all of this happened.
So embarrassing.
That is the power of dreams.
Yeah.
And I want you to remember, everything you imagine is possible.
Obviously, you knew somewhere inside yourself that you were destined to be famous, because I think it's really a marvelous thing, that visualization thing you did. Didn't you write yourself a check? I heard that you did. Is that true?
I wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe, and I dated it Thanksgiving 1995. And I put it in my wallet, and I kept it there, and it deteriorated and stuff. But then, just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million on, I think it was Dumb and Dumber.
Dumb and Dumber, yeah.
Welcome to day 10 of the Vibe program, dear friends and masters. And it's so beautiful that today the program is going to talk about manifestation. And today we saw the interview of Ranveer Singh, that how it was just, a birthday cake that was very fancy with all his favorite movies. But yet he took all these pictures and today he's an actor well known. We know of the actress Frida and how beautifully her sister depicted that, she was practicing for her Oscar speech in her room. She was just feeling the moment, and she might not even know at that moment what she was actually doing. And then today we know that she has won her Oscars. And then the actor of the Dumb and Dumber, he knew. Despite that he didn't know, he knew. And I personally have been reading one of the books, The Conversations with God, and that book itself says that before even you even have it, you need to feel it, that it already exists with you, and you live with that feeling of that existence, and you don't even know that it's with you. I would like to welcome for today's program Apurva ma'am. So let me just quickly introduce her. Apurva Murlidhar is an architect by profession and knowledgeable educator in architecture. Apurva has been meditating for 2 years and associated with Buddha CEO for the last 6 months. Apurva is a co-founder of Julius Little, a vegan food company committed to providing fresh, high-quality ingredients to her customers. Passion for this company seeded from a mother's perspective in nourishing for her son with healthy food. Over to you, Apurva ma'am.
Hi, good evening, everyone, and good morning and good afternoon. Thank you so much for that introduction, Kia. Today we are going to talk about goals. So let me quickly just share my screen. Can everyone see my screen? All right, today we are going to talk about long-term and short-term goals. So before we understand long-term and short-term goals, let's understand the relationship between goals and meditation. So there is a kind of this gap, right? Meditation is about going within ourselves, finding that emptiness within yourself, finding that calmness. Whereas goals are actions, they're efforts that you do outside of yourself, that you put into action. So, how do we bridge or understand what is a goal and how does meditation become a part of this goal? How do we balance these two? So, you guys have now understood that the part of the effort that we are putting into meditation is the middle path. We're not here to go sit in the mountains and renounce our whole life and become meditators without having anything to do with our current life, but we are here to balance our life with doing meditation, to apply our spirituality into our everyday life. So, when we talk about goals, let's understand how do these two integrate. When we talk about goals, conventionally speaking, goals is what? Goals is about the destination. For example, your goal when you sit in your car is to reach the destination. But when we put an intention to a goal, what happens? The intention, when it's an intentional goal, you don't just focus on the destination, you also focus on the path that you will take to go to that destination. Meaning what? You will want to understand the process. You look at the quality and you'll become more aware of the process that you are taking to finally reach the destination. So there are two types of goals. One is a long-term and a short-term goal, and they are very much connected to each other. Let's talk about long-term goals first, just to understand what long-term goals are. Long-term goals basically deal with the bigger picture. They're very specific. There is like an understanding of what you want to create for yourself. There is a want. You want to become something. You want to accomplish something. And then there is some amount of contribution that you want to create when you achieve this goal. So it's a measurable goal for a specific purpose. So for achieving a long-term goal, what is important? It's important to be calm and steady. So you have to see past the immediate distraction. So many a times what happens in life, in my own experience also, I run a vegan food company, and my long-term goal is to see us set up a factory where people will come and work and we are able to give health benefits to people who are below poverty line, and then able to educate children because they are coming to work in our factory. The idea is to create work for more than 10,000 people, but that's my long-term goal. In the process right now, as a startup business, what happens is so many things come in the way. And there are many times that me and my partner have felt like, why are we doing this? Can't take it anymore. Nothing is working out. But when you feel that, there's a quote where Shah Rukh Khan says, the moment you hit a boulder and you think you have to stop is the moment you have to turn around and go around the boulder and move ahead. So the point is this, that long-term goals help us keep our goal in mind, help us visualize where we want to get to, and whatever comes in the way in between, the smaller things, the potholes that come in between, they are just something to get past. At that moment, you shouldn't leave your courage. You shouldn't leave the faith in what you want to do. Long-term goals help us express what our key achievements are. Here, there is no over planning or under planning. You have a goal in mind and you're open to the possibilities of how you're going to get to the goal. Because when it's an intentional goal, like we spoke about, the process is is equally as important as the goal itself. So just think about it as a long drive. Let's say you want to drive a distance of 2000 kilometers. If you take on driving the whole distance of 2000 kilometers together, and you keep on driving day and night, at some point, there's going to be so much stress. There's going to be so much you feel like so overwhelmed that you have taken on so much. And on the way, you have to fill petrol. There is a constant need to stop the car. So you're trying to go, but then you're slowed down. Those are your challenges that come on the way. But if you say that this is it, I can't do this, and you stop your car, you're stuck somewhere in between. Rather than that, if you look at your final goal and you say, I can do this, I'll keep moving, and you take shorter breaks at shorter distances, cut them down into smaller pieces like short-term goals, then what happens is that you get to celebrate the distance that you're going. You're not only bothered about finally the destination that you're reaching, but you're also celebrating every small little thing you're seeing on the way. The key here with a long-term goal is to understand that if you get too attached to the destination or what you want to finally achieve, then the stress of wanting to achieve in that specific way, for example, let's say you want to buy a car. You want to buy an electric car, or you have said you want to buy an electric blah, blah, blah car. But now it's not available in the market. You feel upset, or you don't have the money to buy the car that you have. You feel upset and you feel unworthy of the fact that you don't have the money, or it's not available. But if you remove the detachment from having to buy that particular car, and you just set your goal to buying a car, no matter what kind of a car it is, electric car, yes, but no matter what kind of car it is, then what you're doing is that you're still creating shorter goals, saying that this is how much I want to spend. So I'm going to earn this much over a period of this much, these many days, and I will see what car comes into my budget, and I'm going to be happy with whatever I get. That is being open to possibilities. In the end of the day, what is important is how we feel when we reach that ultimate goal. So if the idea of buying this car is to go on a journey with your family, and you imagine yourself singing songs, playing with them, and on the way going through some beautiful scenic spaces, then how does it matter which car you're going into? So the idea of this journey in the long-term goal happens only when we broaden our perspective to accept whatever possibilities are available to us. Now, long-term goals sometimes can be overwhelming because of the kind of things that we have to face, the kind of challenges that come our way. So what we do, if we cut them down into short-term goals. What is a short-term goal? Short-term goal is basically what? It is very specific and relevant, and it has a shorter time in which you have to accomplish it. It actually, as a journey, when you are intentionally putting intention into your goal, as a journey, what happens? It becomes much more easier to understand when your bigger picture starts to evolve. You let evolution happen. You know that your bigger picture is to finally earn so much money. But how and when and what do you do and how you change your path happens when you go from one shorter goal to the other, because it helps you evolve. So now, in a short-term goal, basically what happens is that it's a habit. Let's say that you want to write a book. Your long-term goal is to write a book. But in your short-term goal, all you have to simply do is mindfully sit with a pen for 15 minutes every day. It's not even about writing. It's just about sitting there mindfully with a pen and allowing yourself the freedom to create. So what short-term goals do is that they make it easier to break down a longer goal, and you only have to deal with as much as is set for right now, rather than get tense about everything that you need to do ultimately to reach your long-term goal. So let's take the example of this meditation class. If we all are to sit here and meditate, then what is happening? We have to get clarity and peace of mind. Let's say that is what we want to get from our meditation. You can't get clarity and peace of mind all at once by breathing in at once. What do you do in your meditation? What does our guidance say? To observe a normal, natural, individual breath. Every time you have a thought, you come back to your breath. So if our total meditation is our long-term goal, each of our breath is our short-term goal, which helps us intentionally look at each breath that we are taking. And at the same time, every time we are faced with thought, every time we are faced with something that feels difficult, all you have to do is come back and observe your present breath. And by doing that much, you're achieving the goal of completing your full meditation. Every time we sit down in meditation, what happens is, this is just to understand what a long-term and short-term goal is. Now, every time we sit down in meditation, we go within ourselves. Every time we go within ourselves, what we do is that we leave the stress of the past and the future, and we are completely focused on the present. And short-term goals are something that need our complete focus in the present. And long-term goals need us to have the hope and the courage to have faith within ourselves. So every time we meditate, we let go of the past, we let go of the future, and we focus our mind on the present. So when we practice this continuously, it becomes a lot easier for us to create goals and focus on them, because that is something that we can directly translate from our meditation. That is what we are doing in our everyday life. So may it be a long-term goal or a short-term goal, when we approach it with complete mindfulness and we commit to the process, and at the same time we are able to detach from the end result and are open to the possibilities, our long-term goals might evolve, might take a different direction than what we initially wanted. But eventually they are going to bloom like a beautiful flower. It's like in Bhagavad Gita, Shri Krishna said, Karam karo karm ki, phal ki ichha mat karo. So all he meant was, just keep doing. Don't judge what you're doing. Don't judge your situations. Every time you feel defeated, still do. Because ultimately, what you're going to gain out of it might not have been the first picture that you saw, but you're still going to gain something valuable, extremely valuable. So in today's meditation, dear friends, I would suggest that we all sit down and take a short-term goal. The short-term goal is for us to come back and focus on our breath. The short-term goal is to go into emptiness. Every time our mind speaks, we come back and look at our breath without judgment, without any questions, just simply come back and look at our breath. So, with that, let's start our meditation. I request all of you to close your eyes, cross your legs, cross your hands, and observe your normal, natural in-breath and out-breath. Make a short-term intention right now. Say you want for yourself today to go into your own emptiness. Every time you have thought, come back to emptiness. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and out-breath.
Dear friends, dear masters, with your specs removed, eyes closed, with your hands on your chest area, resting your attention on your heart center, connect with your beautiful heart. With your attention on your heart center, with a slow, long, relaxing breath, can you feel your beautiful heart? Feel the seat of all emotions. Nurturing all life. With its energies of love, compassion, gratitude. Can you recollect an experience from your past? Or from the vision of your future, where you feel enormous love, joy, gratitude? Or simply bring up an experience in the present, smelling a flower, playing in water, taking a walk in nature, helping somebody in need. Imagine and bring up that moment and feel that energy. relive that moment and feel that energy. And allow yourself to spread that energy onto everything and everyone on this planet, or to someone who is in need, to help them heal, to help them elevate themselves. Where your attention goes, there your energy flows. We're all deeply interconnected. And slowly, let's go into breath mindfulness meditation. With your fingers into fingers, hands comfortably rested in your lap. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. Observe your normal, natural in-breath and the out-breath. We are in a powerful group meditation, harnessing the energies of the group. When you observe your breath, your mind slowly becomes empty. As the mind is becoming less and less of thought, calmer and calmer, allow yourself to experience that greater calmness inside of you, emptiness all around you. Be with your breath. Allow yourself to merge into your breath and allow yourself to experience emptiness, that calmness. emptiness is energy. This is the quantum field of energy. The field of limitless possibilities. The longer you stay connected to this emptiness, blackness of no body, of no thing, the more experiences you draw into your life. It is natural to have thought. When you recognize you are in thought, go back to observing your breath and allow yourself to slowly go into that emptiness, that field of light. We are less matter, more emptiness and energy. The longer we stay in the empty states of mind, the more you transcend your body. You go beyond matter. You experience emptiness and energy. Relax, dear friends. You planted seeds of possibilities. You primed your subconscious. Recognize that whatever you emotionally embrace is manifesting into your physicality. Be grateful for this opportunity to create. Be grateful for to everything and everyone who will help you to create this future. Your gratitude to your parents, teachers, mentors, family, friends, everyone in your life. To this grand nature, the bird, the fish, and the animals, to technology, all systems, governments, companies, to yourself, and to this intelligent quantum field for helping us experience, helping us create a new life. Gratitude moves us into coherence and helps us draw and create more. Recollect your experiences from the session. How did you feel? What have you experienced? Whenever you're ready, you can keep your hands on your eyes for 5 seconds and then you may open your eyes.
Welcome back, everyone. Hope you all had a wonderful meditation session. Are there any announcements for today?
Yes, I'll quickly share the announcements bits. So, we have a series of book clubs that would be starting from June 10th to July 1st. So, I'll just quickly update that on June 10th, we are starting with 4 agreements. June 17th, Patriji Answers. June 24th, Mind Over Medicine. And July 1st, Mindfulness in the Modern World by Osho. We highly encourage the participants to take a part in book clubs because, as Patriji says, the more we read, the more it enlightens our souls. So we would be sharing the list of these book club books as well as per the dates. Whosoever, howsoever you can join, please, we do encourage you to participate in the book clubs as well. Yeah, that's it for today.
Thank you. Yeah, I think book clubs are something extremely important. I have myself found a lot of understanding and a lot of new avenues through reading books. And every book that Kia spoke about it has unlimited amount of information, which will push you into a very beautiful direction. Goals are something which seem like very personal to us, but frankly, goals are something that help us also elevate each other and people around us. So, by setting a goal for yourself, you're not only doing something for yourself, you're doing something for some people around you. And when you share your experience with them and hear their experiences, it helps you get a deeper understanding of your own spiritual journey. So please do join these book clubs. Set your goals, smaller goals. Do experiment. It's a lot of fun to experiment. I have myself experimented with setting smaller goals like a diet goal. Like I am going to eat blah, blah, blah for so many days. And then I'm in meditation. I put an intention about it. And then you see that the universe also helps support you. So start with smaller goals. And one of our participants here beautifully said that Arjuna fought with his family, but with good intention, so as not to generate negative karma, which is very difficult to achieve. Yes, of course, it is. And you are extremely right that intention is a key aspect of setting goals. So Gautamji, thank you so much for your insight. I really appreciate it. It's wonderful. I would really encourage everyone to take as much interest and put your opinions out there, because everything you say is important. Is there anything else for today's class? All right, then. Thank you very much, everyone, for joining today's class. I hope you have a wonderful day till we all meet again tomorrow. Thank you.
I am the light of my soul. I am